Hello friends, this is Rahul Kumar Yadav and I am part of Mithlanchal Ambition family, and I would be covering national and international news which is happening across the world in this section. And as we all know that currently the most burning news which is going on in the international market is the conflict between Gaza, Hamas from Gaza strip, and Israel, because on last Saturday, Hamas, which is a so-called declared terrorist organization by Israel, Hamas organization, they say that they are the freedom fighters. So basically, they attacked Israel last Saturday and injured around 1,000 people and kidnapped 150 Israelis. So based, after that conflict, what is the current reactions in India? What are the stances of Indian government? What is the reaction inside India, and what is the reaction of international world? What are the impacts of in the international world? I would like to update you on all that. So in India, we saw that Uddhav Thackeray, Narendra Modi government changed their historic stance of India of supporting Palestinians, because Israel helped India to supply Pegasus spyware, and Mossad also helped India in certain some of the cases. Congress government, whereas they said that Palestinians' demand for homeland is valid and India should be standing with Palestinians rather than supporting Israel. Whereas they also quoted that historically, even Atal Bihari Vajpayee, he also had once said that Israel is doing wrong by occupying Palestinians' land. PM Modi, on the other hand, assured India's support for Israel, saying that it condemns terrorism in all of its form. This was the second talk between Indian government and Israel government, where after Saturday, Netanyahu, the Prime Minister of Israel, they have made a call to Narendra Modi, our Prime Minister, and given an update on the current status of Israeli and Hamas conflict. Total count has of the death toll has currently reached to 3,000, which includes Israel civilians as well as Israeli citizens, as well as Gaza Patti citizens as well. Also, UK, US, Germany, France and Italy, they have issued a joint statement expressing their quick support to Israel government. On the one hand, they also said that they agree to some extent with issues of and the issues raised by Palestinians, but they are completely condemning the attack by Hamas on Israeli civilians. Also, the Palestinians envoys said India is a friend of both Israel as well as Palestine, so it should intervene to resolve the conflict which is currently going on between Hamas and Israelis. Also, India is closely watching after knowing the fact that the Ukraine has been a player in supplying Soviet era arms to the non-state players in Western Asia and North Africa. After knowing this fact, India has and these arms and artilleries has finally reached to Hamas. So India has put a close eye on all these movements. And also this news was disclosed by Economic Times, that Economic Times has reported that how Pakistan supplied arms and artilleries to Ukraine via third countries like Poland and Germany. The items included rocket launchers, cartridges and spare parts. Also, World Bank, in the international economic impacts of this war, if we see, then World Bank's chief Inderjit Gill said that if the war materializes and if it continues for more than 2 weeks, then the economic growth will definitely be impacted and oil prices would go up. Whereas currently, if we see, immediate effect of the war was that 4% rise in the oil prices happened, and currently by now we see that there is around 5% increase in the oil prices, which will impact exports, imports. Expected impact has also been estimated that there is a great impact on the pharma sector of Indian companies, basically Indian pharma companies, because India is a very big supplier, around $1 billion supply it gives of pharma products to countries in Middle East and Northern Africa, which includes countries like UAE, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, Egypt, and Bahrain. The main supplies are like paracetamols to injectables and therapies, and these are for, as I said, like it is for Middle East and North African countries. And also, while it provides the supply to these countries, it has no export to Gaza Strip, so there is no impact. And for Israel, it is self-sufficient in this field, because they already have established pharma companies like Taro and Teva. And the latest update which is coming from Israel government has announced that within 24 hours, all the civilians who are residing in Gaza, they have to vacate the place. And even though the Hamas is saying that you do not need to vacate, we are very much prepared to fight the Israeli army, but even after that. So that was all as of now. And I will try to keep you updated on all the national and international issues, because it is very much important for anybody to be aware on what is happening in and around us, within country, and even in international markets, because the impact is like a ripple effect. Even if it is happening somewhere in a distant part of the world, in some other part of the world, but the impact in this global era, the impact definitely is on all the countries of the world. So yeah, so that's why I will try to keep you posted on all the key issues and key things which are happening across the world. Thanks for listening to me, and stay tuned. Thank you.